Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to MPWF Starrcade. This is a YouTube Championship matchup, fatal four-way action. Richard Hawkins, Dr. Ice Jr., and Eclipse all battle against Tyler Fell to try and become the next YouTube champion. And you see right now Tyler Fell heading to the outside of the ring, trying to separate himself away from the action. The Eclipse seemed to have hurt his head early in this matchup. I mean, Dr. Ice Jr. holding his face as well. Richard Hawkins is out cold on the outside of the ring. Every man is holding his head from the amount of chair shots or belt shots or whatever weapon they can use to the head they've taken thus far in this matchup. And again, Tyler Fell trying to go for that half Boston Crab, but the Eclipse breaking up the count. Oh, big bulldog there by Hawkins, and now Tyler Fell with the shots. And Richard Hawkins fights back now with the punches and kicks. And now Hawkins going to send Tyler Fell to the top turnbuckle. And now what's Hawkins doing? Oh, Hawkins throwing Dr. Ice Jr. right to the outside of the ring. Dr. Ice Jr. got launched there. And now Richard Hawkins, oh, the Eclipse with the reversal, going behind, drop kick, sending Richard Hawkins to the ropes. Oh, Tyler Fell hit, oh wow! Inadvertent double team there by Tyler Fell and Richard Hawkins. Tyler Fell hitting the Eclipse with a belt, Richard Hawkins with the drop kick. And now here, Tyler Fell hitting him with the title. And now, oh, another shot to the Eclipse with the championship belt. Eclipse trying to fight back in this matchup. Dr. Ice Jr. picking the Eclipse up. Tyler Fell now, what is this? Go for an inverted DDT. Connects there with the Eclipse. Nice move. Dr. Ice Jr. now going for a big time power slam as he connects there on Richard Hawkins. But Tyler Fell breaking the count up before referee Marty McFly could even get down onto his knees. Oh, nice push there by Ice Jr. And now Richard Hawkins trying to fight back here. Wait, oh, hang on a sec. Hawkins walking right into Eat Defeat. Eat Defeat the second time in this matchup. Bulldog to Dr. Ice Jr. on the YouTube Championship belt. Now going for a cover here. Well, wait. 1, 2, 3. And Tyler Fell retains the YouTube Championships. The Eclipse had the same thing on his mind. Did not realize that Tyler Fell had got the pinfall before he had. And thus Tyler Fell keeps his championship. What a high impact fatal four-way matchup we just witnessed for the YouTube Championship right there and then. As you can see in the replays, you see the action that went down. I mean, look at here, the Eat Defeat. This is what took Richard Hawkins out of the equation, that allowed the Eclipse to even try and go for the pinfall in this matchup. But it wasn't that. It was a shot, the Bulldog on top of the championship. The Bulldog, there you see, Dr. Ice Jr. got busted open as he went face first to the title, along with the ropes, with his foot of the ropes, 2, 3. And this is no disqualification. Tyler Fell was able to pick up the victory. And Tyler Fell continued to prove that maybe he does deserve this YouTube Championship here in the MPWF on the Annihilation brand. Tyler Fell wins once more here tonight. And he also gets retribution on Dr. Ice Jr. for pinning him on last week's episode of Annihilation. And the Tyler Fell revolution continues. Can T-Fell survive here in the MPWF and continue to reign supreme as the best YouTube champion ever? Well, that's what Tyler Fell believed. But ladies and gentlemen, we're heading backstage where we'll be with Ricky Cash and Chandrella Johnson. You see Chandrella Johnson already got herself involved tonight, taking out Yoshihari Atari. Ricky Cash still in a suit, obviously not spreading this world title matchup. Again, Cash is an idiot for doing so. Well, that's their plan, to be the ultimate power couple of the MPWF, and if Cash wins the world title, they may well just do that. And listen to that deafening ovation for the Messiah of the MPWF as Joe Eagle's music hits, as Joe Eagle gets ready to make his way to the ring here tonight at Starrcade. And you know what that means? It's time for Joe Eagle versus Lamar James Jackson, and this one, ladies and gentlemen, is as personal as they come. Ever since, the War and Annihilation brands began in the MPWF, ever since after WrestleMania, Vern Mongo has been at Joe Eagle's throat. Vern Mongo told Joe Eagle that you should join me. I can take you to success again. Eagle did not want any help from Vern Mongo. Vern Mongo took it personally and has been trying to end Joe Eagle's career since then. He's used the likes of Kane Knight. He now has the services of Lamar James Jackson. Vern Mongo abducted Joe Eagle's son a month ago. And I mean, Lamar James Jackson came out and beat the hell out of Joe Eagle after the TLC match. Vermongo cost Joe Eagle the TLC matchup for the World Heavyweight Championship at MPWF TLC. I mean, Joe Eagle has so much going through his mind right now. As you can see, he's still injured. Lamar James Jackson did take him out. He did gut-wrench powerbomb him through a table. But Joe Eagle now has his son back, and he's now ready to get retribution for everything that Vermongo and Lamar James Jackson have done to him. But this is my question. Is Joe Eagle at 100%? Can Joe Eagle really believe that he can defeat Lamar James Jackson tonight? Lamar James Jackson, he isn't hurt. Lamar James Jackson, yeah, he's back down from a few fights, but Lamar James Jackson said he doesn't do that. But the fact of the matter is this, Lamar James Jackson is 100%. Joe Eagle is about 67. Is he really ready to take out LJ Squared hidden out at Starrcade? And you can see he means business. This crowd is on his side here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And I mean, Joe Eagle said that once this is all said and done, once he gets Lamar James Jackson, then he's going to break Vermongo's neck. And then once he's done that, he is going to be World Heavyweight Champion once again. I mean, this man's attitude has completely changed Lamar James Jackson. I mean, it was kind of random actually. I mean, one moment Lamar James Jackson was good old Lamar James Jackson, then he just snapped. Then he just went crazy. And then he started talking about how people have been holding him down, how he needed to act like he did in the hood, how he did when he first came to the MPWF. And now you have the Lamar James Jackson you see right now. The fact that he drew Vermongo is oh wait, Joe Eagle taking out Lamar James Jackson, and oh my goodness, didn't even let Lamar James Jackson finish his entrance. Joe Eagle coming to beat him down, and we said that this one is going to be personal. This one isn't going to be for the faint at heart. This ain't going to be unlike the first blood matchup, there ain't going to be no tacticalness about this matchup. This is going to be about Joe Eagle and Lamar James Jackson beating the hell out of each other. We've seen it every week on War Out leading up to Starrcade, and that's what we're getting right now. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup has not even began yet. The bell hasn't even sounded. Joe Eagle has not allowed Lamar James Jackson to enter the ring yet, and Lamar James Jackson grabbing the chair away from Eagle. No, wait, missing the chair shot. Joe Eagle now wrestling away the chair from Lamar James Jackson. Referee Monument Fly telling him to get back inside the ring so they can start the matchup. And oh, what a shot to the face with the chair. And it may have just backfired for Joe Eagle, as Lamar James Jackson now just pounding away at those injured ribs of Joe Eagle with a steel chair. And you see the effect and the results. And now Lamar James Jackson throwing Joe Eagle around. Oh my goodness. Lamar James Jackson, German suplex on the outside of the ring. And this is what we were talking about. Joe Eagle is not 100%. Lamar James Jackson, he is 100%. And Joe Eagle should have waited until Lamar James Jackson got in the ring. But no, Joe Eagle wanted to get in the fight. And now Lamar James Jackson got the equalizer. He grabbed the chair, and now he's doing some damage with the suplexes. Joe Eagle needs to somehow get back to his feet and get inside the ring so this matchup can start. So referee Monument Fly can break this up and all. Shot to the ribs with the bell, and now to the back of the head. And Lamar James Jackson continues his vicious onslaught on Joe Eagle. And again, the ring bell to the back of the ribs, and now a shot to the face. Another ring bell shot there by Lamar James Jackson. Jackson now has Joe Eagle up by that German announce table, which is already broken. There's an STO right in the ribs of me. Will someone please stop this fight right now? I mean, this match, this bell hasn't sounded. Lamar James Jackson not getting inside the ring with a spear off the top rope to the outside of the ring. Lamar James Jackson purposely not bringing Joe Eagle inside the ring. And Eagle needs to try and crawl into the ring now, as oh my god, Lamar James Jackson has the sledgehammer. Lamar James Jackson with a shot to Joe Eagle's ribs, and they are more than broken right now, as Lamar James Jackson choking out the Messiah of the MPWF with a sledgehammer. And I'm telling you right now, this is not how I expected this one to go at all. I did not expect this fight to end to even begin like this. As you can see the way I'm stuttering, I did not expect this at all, as Lamar James Jackson now has Joe Eagle up. Oh my god, power slam. And Joe Eagle, back of his head, just bounced off the hammer on the sledge. And now Lamar James Jackson throwing Joe Eagle ribs first right to the announce table. Oh, what a kick to the gut there by Lamar James Jackson. Another kick. I don't know, oh, double axe handle. I mean, again, referee Monument Fly can only tell Lamar James Jackson to stop. He can't do anything about it. Do you see the size of this man? Do you see how pissed off Lamar James Jackson is? And now Lamar James Jackson has him up here. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Jeez. The derailer there by Lamar James Jackson. Only thing that's on his mind is destruction. And now wait. Lamar James Jackson undoing my table. Back off. Lamar James Jackson not heeding my advice at all. He has Joe Eagle up. And oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, gut wrench powerbomb off the floor. Gut-wrench powerbomb on the floor. Lamar James Jackson proud of his actions. Joe Eagle has been busted up in this matchup. And now wait, Lamar James Jackson has Joe Eagle. And wait, German suplex. My goodness. Lamar James Jackson with that German suplex just put Joe Eagle right through my table, right in front of me. And now he has to steal steps. And now he's hitting the man in the ribs with it. And now, oh, God. Hopefully the audio is back properly for that. Lamar James Jackson now pounding away at Joe Eagle. There is nothing left of the Messiah of the MPWF right now as Lamar James Jackson continues his onslaught. Another shot to the face with the steel steps. I mean, Joe Eagle has to have broken ribs. He must be concussed right now. Lamar James Jackson has him back up now. What is he doing now? And now there's a power slam on the floor. Get back in the ring, damn it. Lamar James Jackson won't do anything that anybody's telling him to do. He's punishing Joe Eagle. I mean, you see Vermongo's not even here. Joe Eagle going through the steel steps. Vermongo didn't want to come out here tonight. He didn't want to see the results of this. He want to see what was. He want Joe Eagle to come in the ring and stop him. And now Lamar James Jackson throwing Eagle in the ring. And now the bell has sounded. Now the match begins, and there's a knee to the face. Now our match has officially started. Oh my gosh. Lamar James Jackson has Joe Eagle up again for that derailer move. And connects. Goodness, Lamar James Jackson, this sick, twisted, evil man, for what he's doing. I mean, he said that he loves violence, but this is beyond violence. This is beyond destruction. And there's the gut-wrench powerbomb right there in the center of the ring by Lamar James Jackson. And Jackson now going for the lateral press. And there is absolutely no way Joe Eagle is kicking out of that. And there you have it. Lamar James Jackson victorious. Realistically, Lamar James Jackson just won like a 30-second match. But I mean, look at the crowd just booing. They did not expect to witness this at all at MPWF Starrcade. I mean, we thought we would see the happy ending with Joe Eagle getting retribution over Lamar James Jackson. We thought that Joe Eagle would be able to overcome the odds injured, but not against this man. Look at the replays right here of Lamar James Jackson. Look at how intense this gut-wrench powerbomb is. Nothing but pure impact as Joe Eagle's ribs, the back of his head, his neck just bounce off the mat. And of course that was it. Of course it was just all said and done. 1, 2, 3. And again this crowd just continuing to boo non-stop as Lamar James Jackson wins. I mean, this man has no heart anymore. He said to get out of the hood he had to be violent. And he said to succeed in the MPWF he has to be violent. He was more than damn violent tonight. Lamar James Jackson may have just ended the career of Joe Eagle. And I'm not even joking about that. Lamar James Jackson is on a whole other level at the moment. There's absolute destruction by LG squared. Oh my God. I mean, now there's Marcus Eagle. No one knows. I can't even imagine how Marcus Eagle feels right now, as he just watched his father, who was trying to fight for his son, get absolutely destroyed there by Lamar James Jackson. I mean, Joe Eagle tried to win the fight, but my God, Lamar James Jackson is just too intense. But I mean, here we are backstage, and here's the two general managers of War and Annihilation, the MPWF chairman and Tiffany. I have no idea what they'd be saying to each other right now. Oh wow, that's big news right there. The MPWF chairman and Tiffany have decided that the MPWF draft will start tomorrow night on War. The draft is happening tomorrow. This is going to be intense.